new stuff, new
Yeah,
merchandise. When was the last time we talked? What
it's
has it
been a
been?
while.
3 months, 4 months, maybe?
Yeah, I think it has.
Ready to dig in?
Let's dig in.
Oh, by the way, I do like your wall. I think your display in the back there is filling out nicely versus some
Oh,
of our earlier ones. It was completely blank.
it was completely blank. Yeah, now we have Tagadas on our walls. We've got yeah, our walls have gotten much, much better.
Oh, walls that I can't see, but that's great.
Exactly.
What you got back there? It looks like they're nice. So let's go ahead and get started on a few things. I wanted to start with books.
Great.
And so you guys have already talked to Ash Warren about Way of Salt book. It's been very, very popular. So as you know, we do have that, but also wanted to point out that if you buy from Big Sumo Fan, you also get this lovely drawstring bag that goes with each copy of the book. So
And it's much bigger than I ever realized it would be. I thought it was going to be a tiny little handbag, but that's backpack size.
this is, yes, this is full on backpack drawstring bag. This is not a clutch. This is a full on bag with the book cover imprinted on it. So we said while supplies last, we still have a bunch more of them. It's a promotion. So, but once we run out, we run out. But we still have a bunch.
Yeah, and the book is great. I know we've talked about it a lot in the past, but the book is so good. If you're new to sumo, you don't know what's happening, get that book.
So the next books, you're familiar with a couple of them. The sumo counting. So this is something we introduced, we talked about already in sumo opposites. We talked about that in one of our previous videos. There is an extension. The author has come up with a couple of more books in the sumo line. These are board books. So this is for the really little guys, the 1, 2 year olds. And it's just words and pictures and colors both in English and in Japanese. And so colors and shapes.
That is cool. So someone could actually learn how to say different colors in Japanese.
That's right.
Okay, cool.
That's what they're doing. So now they extended them just a couple of months ago to now they're these 4 books with, when you put them on the bookshelf, they're
They
cute.
look nice. Yeah.
So that's an extension there. And then you were already familiar with Sumo Kitty. We talked
Yay.
about that last year from David. I have a rough time with his last name. Bedrecki, I think, is his name. But David came out with a new book this year. It's a sequel to Sumo Kitty. It's called Sumo Puppy, and it's the adventures of a puppy who joins the Heya. And of course, Sumo Kitty is involved substantially in the storyline, and it's really cute with all of the art that he does. Very lovely artwork, very similar style to Sumo Kitty
Oh, how
and
cute.
the adventures of Sumo Puppy. So we've got that as well. So the next item is the sumo directory. So the Japan Sumo Association publishes or has somebody publish a directory that has pictures of all of the top sumo wrestlers in various sizes. Higher ranks get bigger pictures. And then it also has a picture of everybody. And when you get to the Heya pictures, they're this size, they're kind of mugshot size, and they're in black and white. So
Okay.
this is what came out in January. It's very good in and of itself, but they came out with a new style of directory with an updated one in from in September, and it's
Oh,
much larger
yeah. I would
for
call that
comparison.
what, magazine size?
It is actually, it's larger than magazine size. I'm not sure
Oh,
what the actual, but it is a bit larger than the magazine. And the pictures in it are very very nice. Oops, that
oh,
was one of the advertisements. So the the opening pages has the, the Sanyaku and so on. This is all in Japanese.
Okay.
So then as you go down to the Maegashira and so on, they get half pages. But the really cool part is they have all the heias
In color.
in color, and the pictures of the individuals are much larger, well, somewhat larger, but they're in color. So the color representation, if you follow any of the younger wrestlers, or if you follow any of the ex-wrestlers who are now coaches, who are now Oyakatas, they are in here as well. So you can find in here Hakuho with his Oyakata name, and all the wrestlers in his say and so on. It's much easier to see these guys or to recognize them since everything's in color. So a really nice upgrade on the Sumo directory.
It would be a fun challenge to just go through that catalog from beginning to end and name everyone you could think of. Take your best sparkle pen and write their name in there.
See who you can name. I'm sorry, I don't own any sparkle pens.
What?
But
I'm shocked.
maybe I can go out and get one. So I also, we still carry every month, we carry the latest Sumo magazine. This is the October issue with Tamawashi on the cover. And we don't have the November one yet because it's not published until right at the beginning of the month. So it takes a little bit of time to get here from Japan.
Okay.
But this is a really nice one. Standard issue, standard length, magazine size magazine, but it's a really nice issue with Tamawashi's win.
That's
and
lovely.
Then we have the the September tournament program.
Wow, look at
Really
that
nice
photo.
Dojo and Terano Fuji on the front. We're out of some of the previous programs. These typically run out, but this is a really nice one for these guys. And the November tournament program is on the way. We don't have it yet. I'm thinking it might be another week or so.
Okay.
But it's got a really nice cover and, again, really good size on these programs.
If someone is really enjoying this basho and they want to commemorate it by the end, they could go on to your store site and then find it by then. Sounds like.
Yes, we usually get it by the end, but it really just depends on shipping. Sometimes shipping can take 2.5 weeks. Sometimes we'll get things in within a few days. So the next item we got, it's one of my favorites. It's one of the silliest things we have. Well, you know that we have the zabutons, the mini zabutons. These are in their plastic packages, but we've had the blue and green and red and the and purple. I got them mixed up. Purple and blue.
And pink.
That is the new one.
Yeah.
Is pink. Now you might want the camera color is not that great.
Yeah.
And the color image on the screens can vary. Somebody told me this is bubblegum pink. The idea with the the first zabutons we got, the first mini zabutons, we're just trying to do traditional colors. We're trying to do royal purple and some of the brighter colors that are used in some of the Japanese decorations, or is more meaningful in Japan. Now we're trying to match up a little bit with some of the more popular Mawashi colors.
I love it.
So people love Ura. Ura is a very, very popular. So we said, let's get a pink one. Now, this tournament, he may change from pink to blue. They change their Mawashi color, but we got the pink. It's not necessarily just Ura, but we thought this would be a fun color to have. And most recently, though, we came out with yellow and silver. So the yellow is kind of a yellow gold. It is yellow, but there's a little bit of gold in there. Actually, on the monitor, it's not quite that gold.
Okay.
But it's more of a more yellowish. But just another fun color. And then the silver. I know there are some silver Mawashis out there, and or at least there have been. Again, they may change them in November,
Yeah.
but we just like the colors and people like the different ones. And I think some people use them to put some decorative things on them because they're cute
Yeah.
and shiny.
Yeah.
But anyway, we mean for them to be thrown at the TV or your computer during the tournament. So
Perfect.
anyway, we got some new color mini zabutons. I just like them. I think they're neat. So we got those.
I love
Let's
it.
see. All right. What else do we have on the desk? We've got another one that's been very popular, just came out here recently, more popular than I thought it would be. And they're rolls of tape. They're sumo wrestler face tape.
Oh,
They're 5 meter long and 2 centimeter wide rolls of, they call them masking tape. So it's a sort of a paper based tape. It's not like transparent tape. There's purple and blue and yellow gold. The yellow is more of a gold on this one, and green and pink. I think I said those in order.
yep.
And each color has 8 different wrestlers on it.
I
And
love
they
it.
have grouped them by Ichiman. Ichiman, I believe is the way to pronounce it. So an Ichiman is a collection of heias that practice together and do things together. And so they now have 5 different colors, one for each Ichiman, and 8 different wrestlers. I don't have them all memorized, but if you go to the website and you look at it, we have a listing of which color has which wrestlers. A yellow gold one opened up here so you can kind of see it. And
Oh,
each
cool.
wrestler, his name in hiragana around his head, around
Yep.
the image of his head. So this is brand new, just came out. It's been very popular.
What about new trading cards? Any of those?
We did not get a 3rd series of trading cards this year. So you've
Okay.
already seen, I think have you already seen the first 2 series? I
Uh-huh.
thought we covered those. Last year, they came out with a 3rd series of retired wrestlers that they called heroes. But that was unusual to have 3 series last year.
Okay.
Three all sumo based series. The next set will come out in January, and it should, if they stick with their normal schedule, it should reflect the November Banzuke. So all the guys that are on the November Banzuke, that they should be reflected in their current ranks in the January series. So
Okay.
we haven't been notified that there will be a January series. We don't have a release date or anything of that nature, but we fully expect it to come out for January.
Okay.
I think that's it, except for the
Okay.
calendar.
Calendar it is then.
Here's the calendar.
Wow.
Just got these fresh
Ooh.
off out of the package today. So this is the 2023 calendar. The format is very similar to 2022,
Okay.
but obviously new photographs and different people and different rankings and so on. I didn't know if you wanted to go. I don't have it really set up to go to each page. I haven't even looked at all the pages. Like I said, I just pulled them out of the box. Each month has its own page with some type of image. So this is the Sanyaku. I guess I'm not even sure which tournament that's from. I haven't had no time to look at these
Yeah.
to analyze them. But just like 2022, they have the tournament days highlighted in yellow and a variety of other things on there, such as when I think they still have when the Banzuke comes out and is announced, and when tickets go on sale and that kind of stuff. So let's see who's in. There we go.
There he is.
So
Wow.
February and so on. Now, again, I looked through some of the pages. It looks like they have them similar. The higher rank guys have bigger pictures, and the lower rank guys get, successively smaller pictures. And then the thing I did jump to earlier to see is, do they have the Gyoji,
They
the
do.
Yobidashi, and the Tokayama? Tokayama, is that the right
Yeah,
one?
yeah.
The hairdressers. So they've got all those guys on the last page as well. So
Oh, I
uh,
love it.
an
I love
update
it.
with all of those things and all the other pictures in the middle. So
This really is the best calendar for arranging your life around these tournaments. It really is.
it is a great calendar. I really enjoy them, and it's a great way to, again, have that visual of who the wrestlers are and what they look like when you have the close up pictures. One of the reasons I like the trading cards, you can get a closer up picture to see their face, and it makes it easier to recognize them when they're wrestling or when they're being interviewed. In addition to this calendar, somehow we are going to offer, because we've got a bunch more of these, and I think we're going to try to offer them
Oh,
along
nice.
with the calendar, if somebody is interested, for a very nominal cost, because we did have to pay for them and get them shipped and so on, but for a very nominal cost, a one-page calendar. It's got the old school artwork, woodblock print artwork on the top. It has the 12 months of the year, and along with the tournament dates highlighted in yellow. And then this table here on the bottom is a standard table. I believe this has, for each tournament that of the year, when the Bonzuke comes out, when the tickets go on sale, and the days. I can't remember what else they have. I think the
Okay.
days of the tournament, what tournament dates they are. And then I think this might be just some advertisement for the Japan Sumo Association website or some other thing. Again, I haven't had much time. I just opened it up today.
Cool.
We're going to try to make a few of these available for those who buy calendars.
Okay. And
So
those are also really useful. We had ours up all year long. We always refer to those.
cool. So in a nutshell, I think that's everything that I have.
Well, cool. Thank you so much for sharing and playing show and tell yet once again.
Glad to. So I know we've talked this before, but the place where we announce all of our new stuff, the first place we announce is on Twitter. So at Big Sumo Fan, if you're a Twitter user, follow us on at Big Sumo Fan. We don't send out a whole lot of information there. It's really new products, new things, or when things come back in stock. We also will tweet out when your contests start, when bingo starts. We'll tweet out Jason's contest. A reminder to folks to take a look at his stuff and possibly join his contest. His is free as well, and he gives out prizes that we support and a few things like that. So it's not real busy. We don't, we don't put out a bunch of junk or a bunch of messages. Very, very few, and it's usually right before the tournament or as new products come out or new things arrive,
Yeah.
things like that. So that's where you can see it. And the store, of course, is bigsumofan.com.
Perfect.